Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you are watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. And I am Lynn Huber, and I want to welcome you out today. So yesterday we talked about why it's important to believe in yourself. And so I'm just going to expand on that some more. And today we're going to talk about the perils of self-doubt. So have you ever doubted yourself? You know, that's probably a silly question because all of us have doubted ourselves, right, at some point in our lives. But many continue to doubt themselves, even after, they doubt themselves. Maybe they're not sure about something, but then they get stuck in that and they continue to doubt themselves. And this is such a contributing factor to hold you back. You know, you're not going to have the success that you want if you're doubting yourself, and it's common. We all do it. Don't get me wrong. There's no judgment here, but seriously, if you're living in doubt and if you're always doubting yourself, you want to overcome this. You want to get this out of your life. So let's talk about, why do people feel that way? Why do they engage in that self-doubt? Well, one reason is it's easier to doubt yourself than it is to believe that something's possible. So when you have a dream or you want to make something happen, it's something that hasn't materialized yet. It's something that hasn't happened yet. And so it's unfamiliar territory, and it's just our brain. It's just the little minute parts of our brain that are our protection mechanisms. They tell us to reach for something more familiar. And so then we use that as a reason to quit. And the unknown, facing the unknown is scary for all of us, right? It's just something that's scary, and it helps us to come up with excuses. So it's so much easier to say it won't work because, quote, whatever the reason is, it won't work. And then you can set your mind at ease. And you can even find help from others in coming up with excuses. They have plenty of them for you to choose, because most people aren't succeeding at their goals either. So they're going to be happy to help you find an excuse to why you can't do what you're going for. And then many times self-doubt is caused by limiting beliefs, which were probably created in your childhood. We've talked about that before. They're a result of experiences that shattered your self-confidence by you being felt not good enough or stupid by people in authority, such as your parents or your teachers or other authority figures or kids. And a lot of times it wasn't even that they were being mean or that they were putting you down. It's more that you just didn't understand. Whatever happened, something triggered in your mind. We're little kids and we don't have that wealth of knowledge. And so something that happened triggered something in our mind that we're not good enough. And that can stick with us forever. And so those beliefs are deep in your subconscious mind, and they can be triggered whenever you have to face a new experience or a new challenge or even meet new people. And then, the truth is self-doubt can also help us survive. For instance, if someone said you could jump off a cliff, can't talk. If someone told you could jump off a cliff and not get killed, your self-doubt would probably say, no, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like a good idea, right? And so that self-doubt can also guide you to get so that you don't get into something that you shouldn't get into, like jump off the cliff, or maybe a business opportunity that sounds too good to be true, because there are those too. Just because there's an opportunity doesn't mean you should go for it. But if it's if you've looked at it and you've looked at all the different options and you feel like it's a good risk, because life is full of risks. We all take risks. And if you don't risk, there's no reward, right? If you don't risk, you can't grow and you can't achieve those things you want to achieve. So we all have risks. The question is it a worthwhile risk? Is it a risk that's something I could probably handle, And if it's a business opportunity that sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. If it's a business opportunity that sounds like, wow, yeah, this could happen. I'm going to have to stretch. I'm going to have to really work, but I can make it happen. Then yes, that's when you want to take that risk. And that's when you don't want to let self-doubt get in the way. And it's, it could be anything. It could be learning a new language, or it could be whatever it is that you want to do, to better yourself or to grow or to become more. So self-doubt is not going to advance your life. This is the perils of it. It's not going to advance your life. It's going to hold you back. And so it's something you always need to be aware of, because self-doubt is what causes you to self-sabotage. It causes procrastination. It causes avoidance, anxiety, stress, of course, negative self-talk, because we're telling ourselves that we're not good enough, right? It causes us to avoid attention. It causes us to make our goals small. Instead of going for the big goals, we go for the little goals. And our achievements, same thing, they're small because we are afraid to go big. And I always say, go big or go home, right? You gotta do this. You gotta stretch. You gotta let your self-doubt go. Get rid of it. So anyway, and it causes financial problems. It causes dysfunctional relationships. Self-doubt can cause all kinds of things. I mean, on and on and on. I mean, those are just some of the things. So don't let that happen. Don't let self-doubt do that to you, right? Don't allow yourself to take the easy way out. When you're experiencing that self-doubt, stop for a minute and think about it. What's causing this? Where did it come from? Why am I doubtful about this? What would be the worst thing that would happen if I failed? Seriously, what is the worst possible thing, the worst possible scenario if I failed? And I bet you'd figure out that it's not as scary as you think. It's not as bad as you think. And if you can talk yourself through it and actually understand what it is you're afraid of, you'll find it's not as scary as you thought, and then maybe you can move forward and you can make it happen. So here's some suggestions. Prepare yourself as much as possible when you're going into an unfamiliar situation. Unfamiliar situations are always scary for all of us. So maybe get there a little bit early or whatever, but go prepare yourself for whatever you think you might go walk into or might hit you, right? What you're going to have to experience. And then go forward with a strong belief that that you can accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. If it is to be, it's up to me, right? You can do that. So try to structure your life so that you're around more positive energy than negative energy. Use affirmations, find friends who are on the same wavelength as you. You want friends who are positive, not friends that are going to drag you down. And then support groups can be helpful for that because maybe support groups are people that are looking for better, right? Or whatever you find works for you to flesh out that negative energy as much as possible, because negative energy is what self-doubt is. That's what it's all about. And negative energy and positive energy can't live in the same space. If you have 100% negative energy, then you're going to have zero positive. It can't be in the same space. So try to tip the scale as much as possible to positivity. I mean, my friend Timothy Brown, he's amazing at this. He's a #1 top seller with Avon. He's also an eye doctor. He's a doctor, but he is amazing in the positivity. He just, every day, he's just up and, even my husband Richard is the same thing. He's up and, it's an exciting day. What am I going to do today? Both of those guys are like that. And that you want to be a little more like that, right? Bring more positive energy into your life. You're not ever going to have 100%. Things happen to us. Your life can't be 100% positive, but you can choose how you're going to react to things. And you can choose to put yourself more on the positive energy side of the scale rather than the the negative side. You have the option to do that. So stop listening or reading the news. Stop maybe reduce your exposure to negative people. Find positive people. They are out there. My husband's one. Timothy Brown's one. They are out there. You just need to find them. So, hey, now I want to hear from you. I mean, do you experience self-doubt? We all do, right? Have you experienced it? And how have you handled it? Do you have tips that can help us overcome it? Get below and tell me in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say. Anyway, we'll continue this for a little bit more. I think tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about believing in yourself, because I think it's so critical. I really do. So we'll talk about it probably some more tomorrow. Maybe over the next day or so, we'll see. But anyway, thanks for being here with me today. I really appreciate you guys, all of you. And have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.